You know, God appoints time and dates. He set things up, and when he wants something to happen, he makes sure that thing happens specifically. You get what I'm saying? If he wants you to meet somebody, it might be a coincidence. You might be like, man, you might need something from the store and say, man, I don't feel like going to the store. But you get that inkling to go to the store, and then you go to the store, and then you meet somebody that you're supposed to meet. It was a divine appointment. God set it up like that. You know what I'm saying?
You feel like people sometimes miss those appointments?
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand how the spiritual things work. You know what I'm saying? So we have something called intuition. We call it our intuition, right? But it don't belong to us. Our life don't belong to us. Once we start understanding that, we start moving different. Our intuition is not our intuition. So check this out. When it comes to our intuition, let's just say you get ready to do something. Your first mind, which is your intuition, tell you, don't do it. The moment you go do it and something happens, what's the first thing you say? I should have followed my first mind. See, your first mind will never lead you wrong.
Right.
How can it be your mind? You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you choose to do something different.
Right.
It'll never lead you wrong.
Right. So a lot of people ignore their intuition, and that's why they miss those divine appointments.
No. They don't ignore their intuition. They think it's them. Listen to what I'm saying. They think it's them, so they don't respect it. Let me ask you a question. Can you have a conversation with yourself? Can you talk to yourself?
I do it.
You can.
You think so?
You could try. I mean, you could think. Well, I guess you're just thinking to yourself.
Can you have a conversation with yourself?
I mean,
Not really, because there's only one perspective.
So check this out. A conversation is a dialogue between two people.
Right.
So how can you have a conversation with yourself? But in those quiet times, you'll find yourself having a conversation. So then you have to ask yourself, who am I having a conversation with? See, one thing that we don't understand is God's voice sounds just like our voice. It don't sound no different than nobody else. It's not, his voice to me is not going to sound like your voice. It sounds like my voice. That's why you have to listen to it. You have to be quiet. You have to really know the difference. You know what I'm saying? So once you start understanding that, then you realize that it's not your intuition. That's God. Because it'll never lead you wrong.
never.
Even if it tell you to do something outlandish, like pack up your family and move to another city, it'll never lead you wrong. See, what we don't understand is we pray and we ask for God, we ask things from God that we later forget about because we really didn't mean it.
Oh, come on now. Say it one more time.
You know what I'm saying?
Say it
We
one more time.
ask things of God that we really didn't mean, because this is the thing. If you hungry, you're not going to ask me one time and forget about you being hungry, are you?
No.
You're going to continue asking. It's going to be on your mind. We don't do that. So we'll ask God, God, I want a better job. I want to put my family in a better position. And all of a sudden, God say, hey, man, I want you to move to Utah. And you'll say, God, I don't know nobody in Utah. How am I going to make it out there? But see, this is where faith comes in. You can say you have faith when it's comfortable for you. That ain't faith.
That ain't faith.
Faith is never comfortable, bro. It's going to challenge you. It's going to stretch you. It's going to make you go out of your comfort zone. And a lot of us don't want to do that. But we still want the things that we want God to put everything on our lap. And he say, no, I'm looking for those who's going to trust me. So you'll stay in Houston broke for the next 5-6 years when everything that God has for you is in Utah. One thing about God, if he gives you a vision, he's going to make provision.
Come on, man.
He's going to make a way for that thing to happen. You ain't got to work too hard for it. He's going to line it up for those who move in faith.
But you know what? So do you feel like a lot of people don't realize that and they end up quitting, or they don't see the provisions? Because God will put you through provisions. He's going to come to you. He's going to change your life, take some things away, some things that you love, things that are distracting you. He's going to take people away from you. And I feel like a lot of people misunderstand what God's doing, and they end up quitting and going on a different path because you said they need faith.
But see, a lot of people think that things is happening to them and not for them.
There you go.
Come on, man. You preaching.
Yeah.
The world needs to hear this. You preaching.
A lot of things that happen to us is not happening to you. It's happening for you.
Right.
You've been saying, God, I want to start a business. He done gave you an idea for a business, but you too scared to move. You depend on this 9 to 5 every day. So guess what he has to do to make you move? You go to work and they fire you. You ain't did nothing wrong. You can't understand why. But he had to push your back against the wall so you can move in this direction.
Right.
And then years later, you'll realize, man, the best thing that ever happened to me was me getting fired.
Right.
Because if I hadn't gotten fired, I wouldn't have started this business. But in the process, we think that God is, oh, you being mean to me. No. A lot of times we're hard-headed. We won't move when he tell us to move. That's why he got to do us the way he do us.